This manhwa is pretty good. You ever wake up one day and ask yourself, shall we be a little bit Korean today? Can a man be a little bit Korean? I know I have. The last manhwa video I made was almost a year ago and I thought, 안녕하세요, Oppa Gangnam Style, and read one of the most iconic manhwas to ever exist. Lord Frontera was an asshole. Nobody liked him. The eldest son of a noble family who's also a lazy drunken alcoholic. His parents see him as a disappointment, the people see him as nothing but trouble, and his personal knight Javier shares the same opinion. Lord Frontera was an asshole. Until he died and a new soul took over his body. Kim Soo-ho is the new Lord Frontera. He's from Korea, a civil engineering student who wakes up in Lloyd's body after seemingly dying. But wait a second, he knows this body and this handsome man and this entirely different world. Yes, it's based on the book that he was reading right before he was isekai'd. Thankfully, he had just finished it, so he knew how the story would unfold. He knows that his family is in deep shit. This handsome man is the protagonist, and Lord Frontera is gonna die a pathetic death, except this time, he's got hacks!
That motherfucker's cheating! Take my word!
This manhwa is so fun and so satisfying to read. The MC is transported to a world that lacks modern engineering, which means no iPhones, no Japanese toilets, and no AI. A single fireplace couldn't possibly heat up an entire building. Think, Lloyd, think! Bingo. That's built danjo, a traditional Korean floor heating system. With this, no one would ever fear the cold ever again. It's genius. The old Lloyd would have never thought of that idea, but the new Lloyd is gonna scam the shit out of everyone.
Why did you redeem it?
There's only one goal that Lloyd strives for, and that is to be rich by doing absolutely nothing. Hey, it's kinda like he's a scumbag, and a new soul is not gonna change that. His skills are literally being a human scum and a rowdy drunkard, where if he uses it, he becomes an absolute ass. What? He blackmails the pub owner for his first ondol order and builds the entire thing himself. Javier was shocked. The lazy human scum that everyone despises is actually putting in the work himself. Amazed by his efforts, they end up finishing the work together. It was a hit. The pub owner and his mom loved it. It was like methamphetamine. Once you've tasted the ondol, you can never go back. The line was huge. Orders were piling up for everyone to have their homes warm and toasty. But 2 men isn't gonna cut it. We need more power. Thus, we have the summons. A hamster that can dig through tunnels at incredible speed. A snake that can shit out steel. What the fuck? A monk can suck a lick dry in one shot. Gooning just goons all over the place. It's a fantasy world brimming with all sorts of fantastical species. There are bodybuilding orcs that oink at the end of every sentence. Centaurs that... What in the world? Elves, mermaids, dragons, undead, demons. They might not know it yet, but they're all gonna be scammed by a man one day. Lloyd is different from any other main character you ever see in manhwa. He's not gonna have a glow up or become super overpowered that he eventually rivals God. Wait, hey, at least they're not stealing people's works and dubbing them in Turkish. 10 seconds.
10 saniye. Bir dakikanın tam olarak 6'da 1'i.
Just like how you might have overlooked this anime.
Sizi kendinize getirebilir.
Well, Komiya sucks ass.
Arkasından koşarak gelen Komiye ile denk geliyor.
I have no friends, no Robux, and no idea on how to solve the problems in my life.
Benim hiç arkadaşım yok. Cebimde bir tane döner yiyecek param yok. Ve hayatımdaki sorunları nasıl çözeceğim...
Same, but different. But still same.
Lloyd is unhinged. He'll enslave anyone to get a little bit more of that bread. We need to save the people so they can pay their taxes. He is so good that even Saiyan will bow before him. His voice is killer, and his face is so beautiful. This is the face of a masterpiece. The story is based on a web novel, and the web novel portrays Lloyd like a saint. But when the adaptation came along, the illustrator said, fuck it, let's see how annoying I can draw his face until the end. And I'm all for it. Cause water is good, and water is Lloyd. So Lloyd is good. Amen. With the summons he had, constructions were a breeze. Throughout the story, you see Lloyd putting his engineering degree to good use, bringing modern creations into this medieval world. I'm talking a suspension bridge, a railway, a sauna, a fridge, a sewage system, the fucking Colosseum. With his hacks, his eyes can scan the landscape and architectural layouts begin to take shape. Man, fuck a blueprint. He is the blueprint. He can also do crash tests in his mind. Landslide. Typhoon. Now for the grand finale. Meteor! Lloyd and Javier, you're gonna love this duo. Everyone mistakes Javier as the noble and Lloyd as the peasant. They're polar opposites. Javier was supposed to be the main character. The way he carries himself is befitting of a protagonist. Look at that face. That's the face of a man who's in utter disgust, and that's a man who would lie to a child to get what he wants. These two don't get along at first, so Lloyd has to earn brownie points with those he once treated like shit. So slowly, you see these two bond over time, and the greed of Lloyd Frontera can be contagious. You see the people around Lloyd start acting like scum. But no, surely not Javier, the protagonist of Knight and Blood and Iron. No way the esteemed knight of the Frontera family is gonna fall into corruption. Right? This is a story you shouldn't try to make too much sense of, because when Lloyd is on a mountain 5 miles away from his men, they can pretty much hold a conversation there. There's even a love story between an orc and a human. It's just non-stop comedy. My unemployed ass was laughing out loud every chapter, it's so good. They also do romance pretty well, which is not something you would expect. I find myself grinning from ear to ear whenever the characters get closer to each other, but obviously everyone has doubts. The Lloyd that acts like a scum to help the people in need is way too different from the Lloyd that was truly a scum in and out. Just who is this person disguising himself as our son? Is this really the same master I've sworn to protect? Cause at the forefront, he might be a scumbag that extorts people for money. But behind that is a guy who protects those who are dear to him. You see him turn from being a douchebag into a lord that puts the entire nation on his back. It's so satisfying. The people of his county, the creatures across the land, even devils come to admire him. Man, fuck being overpowered. This is true power. The action goes pretty hard. It's comedy most of the time, but they do not miss a chance to put in a good fight. I think the device we use to experience a story can have a huge impact on how much we enjoy it. I like watching anime on a big screen, manga on an iPad because it looks like a book. And I think the only way to read a manhwa is through a phone. Dude, I tried reading it on PC. It's not the way, bro. On the phone, every scroll draws you deeper into the intensity of the fights. Bitch, I flick a finger on my PC and it's over. Manhwas are primarily designed with phones in mind, the sizes and the speed in which you scroll. So readers are expected to feel the suspense as they scroll through the long gaps, and be anxious and excited for the reveal of a panel. And with each chapter, the greatest estate developer leaves you addicted to reading the next. The characters grow on you and the ending is so satisfying. It wraps everything you and the characters have doubts about, but it still leaves me wanting more. I don't want to read the prequel about the Demon Lord. I want Lloyd and Javier and whatever this is. There's a lot of weird shit going on, and I think that's why this manhwa works so well. Because beneath all the stupid faces, the scams and enslavement, it's a story about building. Not just roads, bridges, or a racetrack, but people. Every project makes the world a little better. Every ridiculous scheme somehow ends up saving someone. And the guy everyone once hated eventually becomes someone an entire nation can rely on. If there's any manhwa I recommend to anyone right now, it's this masterpiece.